Alright, what up? This is Jared.
This kills.
Back at again with another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. You know what? We were talking a lot of hype for Season 3.
Yeah.
And looks like, what is this? A couple episodes in, we hit I wouldn't recall it a sleeper.
This is a snooze fest.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Yeah, definitely a snooze fest.
We'll dig in deep onto it. Maybe we can find something salvageable in the next episode, but not Snowball Effect. Yo. So we saw Snowball Effect and one Krab's trash.
Yeah.
So, alright, I'll do pros first. The episode starts off with something really cool. A glacier, breaks off, becomes an iceberg, and then rolls into Bikini Bottom, and I think that's a very creative way to create snow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's clever. So the Bikini Bottom residents, and this is after the Christmas episode, so our second winter-themed episode. So they get snow for the first time, and it leads into they have a little, scenario thing where you show, Mrs. Puff blowing off the car, Plankton with, the snowballs coming down and him getting hit. I'm like, okay.
Getting buried by the snow.
Yup, I wish to rule you. But the main premise is just, I think that's my biggest issue and why it doesn't really slap. The premise is just SpongeBob having a snowball fight with Patrick and Squidward coming in.
Yeah. That's it.
That's literally the episode. It's so we'll pull some teeth with this one, feels.
There's only one favorite joke.
Alright, what is it?
That's when they're having a snowball fight, and then they just, they're getting more aggressive with the snowballs. And then SpongeBob just, I don't know, what did he have to make him have the...
It was a funnel.
Oh, funnel, okay.
It was a funnel, he stuck it in him. He got a big scoop and stuck it in him.
Yeah, and he was using himself like a Gatling gun, and he was just firing snowballs at Patrick.
Yep.
That's the funniest part of the episode for me. That's really it. That's it.
Wow. No me. Well, I guess I'll go to the meme-worthy. We were struggling to find one, but apparently the Patrick getting, hit with the snowballs is a meme. I kind of call that a stretch.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I would say the same thing.
It's a stretch.
Yeah.
And, it hit me just... Oh, excuse me. I took the notes, but I think it hit me just now for what's wrong with this episode and why it doesn't work. Because I've said this before in the past, too. Episodes with SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward together and in their hijinks. We just saw the Secret Box episode, and that was really good. Yeah. Really well done. This is just... it's just the jokes don't really slap as hard.
Yeah, there's not a lot of jokes. Not a lot of jokes.
Yeah, I think they try with the Patrick with the one tooth, then it's war and you miss me. But it's not the same, it doesn't hit the same. Squidward going crazy. I find it a little stupid that he's getting hit by the snow that's coming off the branch of the tree at the end and he doesn't care to look up. He's only attacking there, But you know what? I think I know what could have made this episode better.
What?
What they needed to do is focus on the other residents in Bikini Bottom. If they did something like that, like an actual snow day episode,
where everybody's
affected by it.
Oh, you know what would have been funny?
Let's hear it.
If SpongeBob recruits one half of the town, and then Patrick recruits the other half. And
for a snowball fight?
Yeah, that way they can act like war generals and stuff like that. Now you got a whole bunch of stuff to play with. You can make war jokes and stuff like that. That's probably something I would change.
I like that. SpongeBob recruiting people.
Yeah, this episode was garbage.
I would have even said, for the other residents in Bikini Bottom, what's Sandy doing in all this? Like, they showed Mrs. Puff and Plankton, but, like, or Mr. Krabs, like, even a scenario where it's just like, oh, the Krusty Krab wasn't expecting all this snow, and we have a thing of customers, but SpongeBob wants to play in the snow. Like, something to add something else to this. Like, I think a really good example, do you remember that Hey Arnold episode where...
Yeah.
I think it's one goat show, the goat. But the first part was like about a heat wave, and the second episode was just about the snow, and it was like, Hey Arnold trying to his grandpa's trying to show him workmanship. Like, you gotta shovel this, and you gotta make sure this is good, but his friends are obviously playing out in the snow. I think little things like that tie back to like what makes an effective, good snow episode. Also, this episode can't really be viewed at any point in the year except the winter. Like, you could, but you're not going to have the same effect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially not growing up.
Yeah. The only good thing is that you asked I guess SpongeBob trivia, because Keels, you asked a really good question. The realistic fish head, who's the anchor, that's also our bumper mascot. What kind of fish is he? And I think you said at first a trout.
I thought it was a trout. I thought it was a bass.
But I thought a bluefish, but it's actually an Atlantic bluefish tuna.
Okay.
That's the only interesting thing I can say came from this episode. Is like, oh yeah, look at that. Any final thoughts?
Nah, no final thoughts.
He's like, let's get out of here.
Yes, let's get out of here.
He said, let's be faster than SpongeBob during a driver's test with this one. All right, one Krab's trash. Okay, better.
Slightly, but not quite good.
All right, yeah. So, Mr. Krabs is having a yard sale outside of, I believe, his house. So... He's getting rid of all of his trash. He put like a spray down, and it's just like, all right, I'm going to sell this stuff. In that, he finds a hat, like a novelty hat, which they were very cliche in the 70s, 80s, where it's like, you would have a beer can strapped onto it, and you would drink.
Yeah, definitely for the
sports
the party
crowd.
animal.
Or party animal.
Sports crowd, definitely.
Yeah. They were notorious back in the day.
They really were, yeah. They'd have like 2 beer cans or 2 soda cans strapped to the side of them. Most likely beer cans.
Beer is what I would think.
Dang, man. Yeah.
Those
were a thing.
It's cool, though, because it's like you could theoretically hold... Well, if you're using both hands, you could theoretically hold 4 beers. You could have 2 in the side and then 2 in your hand.
That's a lot of beer.
You can get... smashed, hammered
That's
there.
That's a lot of beer right there. Sheesh.
And so SpongeBob is like, oh, like, can I buy this? Mr. Krabs is like, yeah, but I'll take the rest from your check because you don't have enough. He says, okay. Big mistake, because 3 rando fish come in and they're like, oh, you're selling this hat? I'll give you $500. Then the woman is like, I'll give you $1,000. Then the one dude is like, I'll give you $100,000 in cash for that hat.
Then it went up to $1 million.
I'll give you $1 million.
Crazy.
So Mr. Krabs is like, I got to get this hat back.
Right.
Which leads into SpongeBob being like, I'm not, he just doesn't want the hat. He's enjoyed it. He paid for it. Let the customer enjoy his product. Mr. Krabs doesn't want that because he's greedy. So he's like, okay. So let me scare it off of him, because that'll get him. He scares it to the point that, with a classic, the soda drinking ghost thing, how it has the groceries in the back.
Yeah, that's shopping list.
Floating shopping list. Ah! So Smitty Jaeger Jensen. It belonged to him because he was number 1.
He was number 1. That's definitely the meme worthy of the episode.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think people still say that.
Oh, yeah, he was number 1?
Yeah.
I see that meme all the time. Like, it's just like the tombstone where it's the number 1 thing.
Yeah.
Or whenever you have to describe something that's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, Schmitty Jaegerman Jensen status. But yeah, and he goes to the graveyard, digs up the hat, fights a bunch of skeletons, and turns out that after a night of fighting all of them, the hat's worthless. They found a whole warehouse of them.
Crazy.
And yeah, they just lost his opportunity.
Such a ridiculous episode this was.
So what would you, since we agreed to the meme worthy, might have to go through jokes, but what would you change, Keels? Because obviously this week was it was not
yeah, these episodes did not hit.
So what would you change to make them better?
I would have introduced Smitty Werberman Jensen earlier in the Army of the Dead earlier. That way we got some, some funnier visual scenes. You can add some writing jokes in there. Basically another fight episode.
Yeah, I agree. I could see that.
Like Mr. Krabs, Patrick, and SpongeBob are like now trapped in the cemetery by these people because they're trying to keep the hat or whatever.
Make it clever.
Right, you know what I mean?
All right.
And you just do what you can with that.
Okay. I'm really I think the one thing for sure that I would change, it's a minor thing, but it's how fast SpongeBob was able to go to the graveyard, come back, and be like, oh, hey, Mr. Krabs, or something like that. And also, there's a whole tombstone for a name that he made up. So did SpongeBob... I understand this is a cartoon in the realm of, reality doesn't really go into effect.
Yeah.
But, he made a whole graveyard tombstone that's a giant #1 plus the little plank thing. Buried a hat, buried the dude in the time that he said, immediately, to his owner. Yes, right now. Yeah.
Yes.
To me, it's just okay. It would have been nice, you know what, and this is what I was saying, if it was actually a nice tie-in where you could have used him and an old character they already established, why didn't the hat belong to the Flying Dutchman when he was alive, when he was actually alive? And yeah, in the Flying Dutchman's grave. You could have brought in the Flying Dutchman, you could have had him still fight the ghost and everything, and it would have been a legacy character you could have tied in where you don't need this long explanation.
Uh-huh.
That's my 2 cents. I just feel like...
Pretty good. I get you on that one.
Opens up the realm. And then for favorite joke, Here Lies Squidward's Hopes and Dreams is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Squidward going to the tombstone, laying down flowers in the middle of the night.
What a baby.
A little tie back at the end. I don't know, this needed redemption. Oh yeah, a minor thing, I guess, in Snowball Effect, even though we jumped by that already because we're trying to forget it. If you look really closely, I think it was kind of clever on the animator's part. Patrick's snowballs are cubes.
Yeah.
Because he could not make a snowball, but he could successfully make a cube, a triangle, and a DNA strand made of snow. So I thought that was kind of clever. Not really funny, but it's
what that was.
It was a nice little attention to detail. Oh, something happened. Anyway, any final thoughts?
No, these episodes didn't hit, man. They didn't hit like I thought they would.
This is a rough week. Yo, it's all right. We're redeemed next week. We're redeemed. Next week is... I know Can You Spare a Dime is on there. That's a good episode.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what the first one is. Let me see. Yeah, it's Can You Spare a Dime and... Oh, yeah, As Seen on TV.
Okay. All right.
So solid one. Solid next week.
That's a good episode.
We need some redemption here.
Yeah.
On a side note, leave a comment down below. Be sure to listen to us on Spotify. Again, you want a little redemption, check out our previous episodes. I was going to say, listen, and you tell us in the comments, are we just being a little too hard on Snowball Effect and One Krab's Trash? Like, if so, rant about it in the comments.
Right.
Go ahead. We love that engagement.
Yes, we do.
Yo.
We need the engagement.
All right, until next time, this is Jared.
His kills.
We're going to put this one in the bag in the closet and doesn't get seen again until it's time to move out. But another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter in the bag. And lock it up.
Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. Don't forget to follow Bikini Bottom Banter on TikTok and Instagram for even more content. Subscribe to them on YouTube and Anchor, plus turn on bell notifications to be updated on their latest episode. And if you've got your own jellyfishing stories or favorite SpongeBob moments, remember to share them with us. You might just hear them on our next episode. So until then, stay bubbly, keep smiling, and remember, subscribe to Bikini Bottom Banter to know all the under the sea.